Good afternoon, my lawn garden legends. Welcome back to another MOW TIME reviews. Today I'm going to take a look at my solo sprayer setup that I use for my business. So I've used solo for quite a number of years now, and I thought it was time to maybe give you guys some feedback and pros and cons of the solo sprayers you see in front of you. Now this setup is the setup I currently run in my business. I'm just a sole trader. So yeah, these are just all used by me. Now there are 3 models here, even though there's 5 sprayers. These two 5 litres are the same sprayers, so that's the 461. These two are the same sprayers. This is the 10 litre 414 Li, and the 6 litre 406 Li is the one in the centre here. So I thought I've had a lot of years with solo sprayers. Just recently, probably in the last number of years, these lithium battery ones I got in, but we'll talk about them in a minute. But the 5 litres and the manual pump sprayers I've had for ages. I did previously have a 15 litre what was it, 475 model for many years, and I retired that a few years ago just because I just wasn't needing that size literage in my business. I just do private residential properties, and the 10 litre was all I required in the way of max capacity for my business. What I thought we might do is start with the cons, and then we'll go to the pros. And yeah, but if you have solo sprayers yourself, you know, if you've had the same problems or you really love you know, your solo sprayer etc., make sure you leave them in the comments below, let me know, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well to help the channel out. We have heaps of reviews coming up soon, so don't miss them. But anyway, so yeah, let's start with the cons. So probably the first con I would start with, which isn't terrible, but it's just to note, are the strap clips on the 414 Li. Now, as you get to the 10 litre and stuff, you go on to actual dual over the shoulder straps, and they both connect via these metal clips on the side here, as you can see. So what I've found from time to time is sometimes they will pop off. The metal clip in itself is quite small and not very solid, so from time to time it'll fall off, and you won't recognize that. And if you filled the sprayer up to the 10 litre mark and you go to put it on your back or something and the clip goes or it's not on, then you're just like, you know, either trying to hold on to it and trying to get the clip on, or you have to put it back down and restart because you don't want to be spilling, you know, any sort of the product potentially where you are standing. So yeah, now that's just a slow con. It doesn't happen often, but it's definitely something just to note. And like I mentioned, that's only happened on the 414 Li sprayers. Pardon me. So the next con I'll talk about is probably the cap gasket. So these bigger models from the 6 litre to the 10 litre etc. come with this black gasket on the top of the head, obviously to create a seal, but I've found they wear out really quickly. Now we're in a bit of a rock and a hard place. Why I say that is because when you fill these up and they're on your back, or the 6 litre, at times you think you've done it up tight enough, but then a little bit of water will come out the side here, so you think, oh, okay, it's not tight enough. So then you'll screw it up more. But when you screw it up more, you end up squishing that rubber gasket too much, and you end up fraying it and squishing it and damaging it. So it's kind of like, you know, do you tighten it up more and squish your gasket, or do you not squish your gasket, leave it a bit loose and risk, you know, a little bit of solution or whatever product you have in the sprayer spilling out down the side and dropping onto maybe somewhere where you don't want it to drop, or the back of your leg, etc. So yeah, that's one of the things I've found with the 414. Mainly, it's probably my most used sprayer, the 414, is that. Now the next con I'll talk about is to do with the cap as well, and that's the little cap valve in the top here. So if you can see it on camera, there's this little white cap valve. It's a little rubber thing, and it sits there, obviously a bit of breather hole and to cover the hole, so you know, if the sprayer falls over, etc., you're not leaking stuff out the top. Now I'll show you on this one why it's a bit of a nuisance is it falls out easy. So I lost this one at some point. I have no idea when. Sometimes they just fall out and they fall into the tank, and if you realize that, you know, you can fish it out. But ideally, it's not really a problem you want to have with your sprayer, having a hole in the top, and say you accidentally drop your sprayer or it rolls over in the ute or the trailer or wherever you carry it, or you know, you're walking around across you know, an area that you don't want any product to fall on, and a bit splashes out the top and lands on there, ends up damaging whatever you're walking over, then that's a big problem. So yeah, the cap, even though I know it's important, it just seems to fall out regularly. So that's another sort of con that's, yeah, sort of bugs me from time to time as well. I mean, yes, it's very cheap to replace, but again, you know, you don't want to have to be stopping, going back out to the mower shop or ordering more parts online, you know, if you don't have to, you know. So yeah, efficiency. But yeah, that's it. Now the next one is specifically to the lithium battery products, and that is wiring. So I've had probably one problem with the 414, and this one looks brand new because it is brand new. I just had it changed on warranty because it had a wiring issue as well. Now when I'm talking about wiring, down the bottom here is the battery, and all under this red section, stay, good boy. All under this red section is where the wiring for the battery is. And I don't treat my sprayers badly. I look after them. They're kept in the ute, where they're in boxes where they can't move around. So they don't roll around in the back of the ute or the trailer and bang and blah, blah, blah. But once with the 414 and once with the 406, the wiring has just come loose and the battery has completely obviously stopped working. And that was a nuisance because, you know, if there's no battery working, then you have no spray. So yeah, so that was a problem that's happened twice with both these sprayers. It was a bit of an issue when you're out on site and that goes wrong. Thankfully, I've got other backup sprayers for that reason, but it's just a pain in the backside if, like for me, you have multiple sprayers with multiple different products in each one for their particular use on the gardens and lawn. You know, it's just, again, time efficiency to having to stop, wash out a particular model, you know, and go put that product in another one, and yeah, it's just, yeah, inconvenience and time, not very time efficient. So yeah, so that was the other con I found. Again, just with the lithium battery pumps, from time to time the wiring would come loose. Now, the next one is probably one of my like biggest cons. Well, you know, if someone from Solo is watching or you do see this video, this is something I thought I'd recommend to the Solo guys. But the big thing for me is the measurement markings on the sprayers. Now, let me know in the comments below. I'll give this a like if you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the measurement markings on the Solo sprayers. You just can't see them. They're just not visible enough. Like on this, if I turn this, can you tell me, you know, where the markings, or can you see the markings of literage on the side of this 414? Now, you probably can't because they're just hard to see. They're there, but they're very difficult. They're the same color as the actual chamber, so you can't see. And these ones are fairly clean. When I use this one, which, you know, over time, of course they're gonna get dirty, of course they're gonna get worn, you can't see the markings of the literage in the containers. So that's another con for the Solo sprayers, and I really recommend, if anyone from Solo is watching, make more clear indicators of literage markings. And why that's important, because obviously if you're putting down an application of a product you know, on the lawn or on your garden, etc., and with some products we put down, you need to be accurate to how much mil per litre or mil per square metre, etc., is going into the sprayer. And if you can't accurately see the measurements, then it's just a bit of a pain in the backside. Now, most of the time I'm out, obviously, in, you know, the elements, filling up these sprayers at people's property or my own property, and you've got to angle it sometimes on the bright sunny days to try and find the actual markings and where you are. You just can't see them, so that gets quite frustrating as well. So Solo, yeah, if you are watching, it'd be massive to just make these like black markings or something that stood out against the white of the sprayer. So yeah. Alright guys, so probably the last con I would say that I found with these sprayers is more specifically to the 414Li. I think they fixed it with the 406. Brenton mentioned it in his review of one of the Solo sprayers from the Aussie Lawn, and I was thinking the same too when I saw that, is the sprayer doesn't completely empty the canister. So what I mean is you'll put in your 10 litres with your product, with your 10 litres of water or however much water you're putting in there, and it won't suck up all the remaining liquid in the bottom of it, which is quite frustrating. So if you think about, if you're measuring whatever it is you're applying out to your foliage, or you know, you're putting that certain millimeters per litre or per square metre into your sprayer, and if you've got, like, normally I find in my 414s there's a good sort of inch, you know, a good inch and a half left in the bottom. So yeah, there's always a bit left over. As I said, I don't find that one in the 461. It draws up everything, and in the 406 Li, the drain is right at the bottom, so it picks up everything left in the tank as well. So that's just something to note with the 414. I believe they've rectified that now in the newer models than these. But yeah, just to note, if you are looking at the 414, it doesn't draw up all the liquid you've put in. So just, that's probably the last con, unfortunately, with the 414 in particular. Like I said, doesn't happen on the 406 or the 461. So yeah, but anyway, that's it. So that's it for the cons, guys. If you have some more apart from the ones I've listed you found with your Solo sprayer, then yeah, drop them in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, let's go on to the pros. So first off, I'll start with the straps. The straps I do find comfortable. Now in winter, you know, we're currently in winter here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. So, you know, the jumpers are on pretty regularly. I don't even think I took mine off today. So having a jumper on, plus these pretty thick straps that come on the 414, they have been super comfortable. And also you get a shoulder strap with the 406 Li, and it is very comfortable as well. You also do get straps with your 5 litre 461. And they don't need really any padding strap or anything like that, because they truly are not that heavy when you've got 5 litres of, you know, when they're filled up to the 5 litre mark. So yeah, so the straps really comfortable, and on the 414 you'll see you get this back padding on the back as well. Now, the other thing I'll talk about is specifically to the lithium battery selection, the runtime. The battery runtime is fantastic on the Solo sprayers. It is not very often that I'm having to pull the batteries out. You know, on the side here, I'll just show you, they go in here on the side, little triangle battery just like that. But yeah, they run really well, and it isn't often that I'm having to pull them out and recharge them, you know, all the time. They last a long time. Now, next, probably pro, I would say, is they're not that heavy, and that's probably why I've gone with 10 litres, and one of the reasons also why I just didn't need the 15 is there's a lot more weight involved with the 15 or 17 or 16 litre sprayer as opposed to a 10 litre. So 10 litre on your back is barely heavy at all. Sometimes when I've got it filled up to the 10 litre, I can just walk around carrying it by the handle and I don't even need to put it on my back. But yeah, they're just really lightweight and easy to manage and handle for probably anyone with any physical injuries or elderly or anything like that. I found the weight to be really good. Now on to my next pro. I would say probably the large opening for filling is a pro as well. Now Solo have a nice big wide filling hole and that's been obviously fantastic as well. With a bigger filling hole, you know, there's less chance of spillage or dropping any over the side, etc. And that. So yeah, really nice opening size filling hole. With the 461s, you've got two options for filling. You can crack the top bit and just pop that out like that, and you can pour the solution in there. You can open this red section here and that whole section comes off as well, so you've got two filling holes actually on the 461. Now the last pro I would say is the price. Look, if you were to ask me at the end of the day, you know, are Solo sprayers worth their money? Then yes, I definitely would say, yep, they are worth their money. They're very inexpensive for what you get. I think they're like very well priced for how many brands on the markets are selling, you know, battery operated sprayers, especially all the brands that come out of the big green shed, etc. But yeah, I think Solo are really competitively priced and a good product for what you get for your money. Hence why I have what I have in front of you guys, and I've had Solo for a long time. I've tried other brands as well in the past, from Still and Husqvarna and a few other ones. That was many years ago. I haven't used any of the recent sprayers, but I just didn't like them at the time. The Solo ones, I think just overall were a better product, a better sprayer in general for what I needed for my business. So yeah, but anyway guys, that's pretty much it for the pros and cons for my Solo sprayer setup. If you have any questions regarding the Solo sprayers, please put them in the comments below and I'd be more than happy to respond to you guys. I really appreciate the feedback and the support you guys are giving the MOW TIME channel and for me, and helping it grow. But yeah, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button just to help us along. Like I said, we have plenty of reviews coming up in the way of an Ego mower. I've had a lot of questions regarding when I'm going to review my Husqvarna 325 ILK battery trimmer, so that is coming up as well. It is winter here in Brisbane and work has like not slowed down yet. We had a pile of rain come through not that long ago and the lawns are just not quite slowing down yet. So winter time is here, but work is still pumping away. So unfortunately, I'm just not getting a lot of time still to shoot a lot of videos for you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys are all staying well mentally and physically. Enjoy the rest of your day and we'll see you legends in the next video.